Hello everybody, it's Russ, Better Crops Barker video series here today. Just addressing one phenomenon that we rarely see here in Ontario, but it has occurred in a few fields locally, and that phenomenon is called green snap in corn. Green snap in corn is caused at the time when a corn plant is rapidly extending its stalk, rapidly moving these internode sections longer, pushing towards tassel. And at that point, if it suffers a sharp change in wind speeds and maximum wind speeds that are over 80k and the 90 and 100k point, it's at that sensitive stage you sometimes will get what we call green snap in corn. Green snap in corn is simply what it is a good descriptor. The plant literally snaps off and you're left with this bit of a fence post, as you can see a bit in the video here. We've got two plants in a row, broken off, the one beside standing fine. And this fall I'm going to get some calls. They're going to be folks saying, my corn was kind of flopped over, what the heck, I'm not sure what happened. Well, there's one key identification for green snap versus animal damage, which is the other thing that tends to drag corn down earlier in the growing cycle. Stalk lodging, of course, happens much later. But if you see plants that are laying on the ground, they're badly kind of starting to decompose at harvest time, there's one key thing. If you see still the remains of an ear that's on the ground or scattered about, it's not going to be in good shape, but you'll still be able to find the cob. That's animal damage. That's raccoons coming in at the sweet corn stage of the plant's life and feasting and pulling the plant down and feasting on the ear. If in this case you don't find any ear, and there's no ears laying around here, it's just broken plants. The end of the plant's been beat up a little bit with worms and other things chewing on it, but there's no tassel there and there's no cob development. That's a sure indicator of green snap, because remember, it occurred prior to tassel. Now, Pioneer does rate hybrids. There are some differences in hybrid performance with respect to green snap. Pioneer does rate this as a characteristic. You'll see it in the book. It's called brittle stalk in the catalog. The reason why they rate hybrids is predominantly because in the Midwest, upper Midwest, Minnesota and the Dakotas, they routinely get these very sharp fronts coming through and high winds on a moment's notice. So they rate hybrids with respect to green snap. And it is an important criteria for customers in that particular geography. Here in Ontario, it happens so very seldom that brittle stalk rating really just should fall right to the bottom of our selection criteria in terms of hybrid choice. However, at the end of the day, it still is a frustrating exercise to see a plant sheared off and the rest of it laying on the ground. It will affect yield, there's no question, if it's high enough percentage. And that's highly unfortunate, but in some regards it's a little bit like hail. It beats up some yield, but is it something that we can do anything about? No. Is it something that we want to be concerned about year on, year in, year out? No, not really. It's just one of the flukes of Mother Nature being, as I heard recently, not quite so motherly. That's it for today. If you got any further questions on green snap and the effects and hybrid differences, give me a shout. Otherwise, have a great week, and we'll be back soon. Take care.